I'm really tired and put on my alarm today. Oh no, I need to make call. What about your brain? Don't get her brain is not coming today. I don't want to get up. Given that was in the law and that should be paid. So, unfortunately, I don't want to do it. Because I don't know who I am.
I didn't do anything. If they didn't touch it, if we just left the
CBO says that Obamacare, or as we like to call it, the Affordable Care Act, will stabilize, will do what it's intended to do, open up insurance to and make it affordable for the American public. So, if, in fact,
I'm talking to me.
the Republicans in the administration cooperate,
I'm gonna get up tomorrow.
then CBO says
Maybe I'm just a week or something. I don't know. So sure that. Oh yeah, I can hang up. It's Ellie. What is this? Because always today. It's going on. Come on now. Coming.
But I think there is a strong feeling on our side of the aisle that this vote is going to prove to be very, very harmful to the interests of Republicans and the United States to support it, because it is going to
It's so early in the morning.
prices. It is going to put a senior tax on those between 50 and 64, very substantial one, and it is going to make healthcare less available. So I think
Snacks. Hey, yummy apple. I like apples.
we now see
No.
huge change, 25% greater support for the Affordable Care Act than existed before the Trump election. It's gone
Is there anything else besides that?
75%
Love meat.
Good.
Oh.
So we just think it was a bad vote. I think some members thought that they wanted to articulate.
Look at watermelon.
Congressman, thank you. Remember, I didn't ask you to sing it, so come back.
You're always very kind.
What? I need.
Thank you. Well, former Secretary of State.
What do I think it's cooking veggie?
Tweeted moments ago, quote, a shameful failure of policy and morality by GOP today. Fight back on behalf of the millions of families that would be hurt by their actions.
Wait, watermelon.
Democrats think this vote spells big trouble for the GOP in 2018 midterm election, and Politico reports that some moderate Republicans are turning their anger on the lawmaker who helped revive the bill.
Yum.
Moderates in recent days have cornered McCarthy.
Okay, I might have to try to go. I might have to go try and go and get I might have to go and have to try and go get myself a car. Yeah. That'd be cool. I mean, not kitten. Why is it keeping lightning?
Particularly on a day like this one, there are
It's so
Americans that are
early in the
scared.
morning.
I'm not going to get lost.
Hi,
This is
Steve.
about now explain to the American people what this really does. Tens of millions of dollars have been spent creating
I might not do myself. This is weird.
President Trump says premiums
Did you just feed these the
for everybody or just 2%?
I had to feed these
It's not only yes, it,
But less interested in sort of the debate what's going to happen.
dogs.
premiums have skyrocketed over the last 7 years is because pre-existing
Oh,
conditions
okay
are
now.
being borne by
But I'm not the owner.
and millions, 23 million, haven't bought insurance
Now she loves
Less
me.
than optimal group
Hey.
paying for all these pre-existing conditions.
But I don't know who she belongs to, and I'm not the owner of her. That's
That's what I believe was
So we're
happening.
just sort of shuffling things around a little bit.
It's not just shuffling things around, it's giving the states flexibility
Why can we too much meat? Well, I shouldn't read now.
structure for
Love
other
this.
people. And if we change
Oh no, I don't give that
if
to
we
her.
just say to the states, you have to do
I
exactly
can't
like
her.
Obamacare set it up, we're going to change subsidies
I'll go give you
and
some milk.
that would do nothing.
Ooh!
And that's
Okay.
the other half of this problem.
Later.
We have to help people that are vulnerable. And as has now been shared somewhat publicly, I have lived that. I lived it twice in my life. Watching my father, my whole youth, work 3 jobs to pay off medical bills because we didn't have insurance when my mom died. She died when I was 4 of cancer, and we didn't have those until I was in college. And then
This is really weird. I don't know.
my
It's not
first
good today.
child was born with very
I'm
severe
feeling like she would
medical conditions, and on top of the emotional devastation of losing her at age 11, we had bills. Now, I had insurance, but not everything gets covered.
Make a drink. I have some fruit punch stuff. But I forgot to steal my shop. We're just gonna go to my bedroom, play on my computer. Even after I wake up, I'll go outside, go to my bathing suit, and go swimming. It's so cool.
As people sort of declare victory and take sides, because these are always down along party lines, is I think any second one of us can get that phone call. And boy, that changes everything. Look at all this. You have a much better, you have a much more willingness to look for solutions than the
This is just not cool. I mean, what is going on? I don't even know. Why is my room so bad?
This was a first step. But if we don't fix this, I'm arguing with you, Steny Hoyer, who I found him. He's a good man, but he's completely wrong when he says if nothing is done,
computer, my laptop.
That's not true. That's not what's happening right now.
Okay, Minecraft.
Iowa announced today that 94 of 99 counties now have no choices. No choices. You cannot buy insurance in those counties. My state of New Jersey, 18 months ago, had 6 insurers. Now we're down to 2. A third of U.S. counties are down to 1. And where there is insurance, premiums are going up by 60%, 70%. Arizona's over 100%
My bad.
in a row. That hurts people. And we have 23 million Americans right now, as we're sitting here, who do not have insurance. And to add injury to insult, or insult to injury.
What happened to my bed?
This went over to the Senate. Unlikely, it's not going to pass as is with the Senate.
This
They
is
may do
getting
some,
weirder
adjustments to
and
back to the
weirder.
House. It's only 217 votes that you had.
What is going on? Is it just me, or is just good? My best friend told me the boy that. Is it just with me, or is something going wrong? My best friend just like that. Oh, you're Brian. I don't care.
What's the meanest thing he said to you?
What?
Tell me.
I don't know what it is. I'm just breaking stuff. Okay, this is just weird.
I am new at this. I'm in my second term.
Stupid.
I wish everybody could take a walk through a big city hospital tonight, and whatever the solution is, to work together on it. Just stick, or any hospital for that matter. You go through an ICU and you want to talk. You don't want to fight. But anyway, Congressman, thank you. We'll see what happens, and good luck, sir.
I want to know what kind of door this is.
That just got settled from the House.
Don't want to do this much.
May surprise you. Also, what's the reaction from the Obama administration? Former White House Press Secretary John Curtis joins us. Also, Stephen Colbert made crude statements about President Trump 2 nights ago. Comments are spreading all over the place. So what is Colbert saying now? Remorse?
Anyone hear me?
Or something else?
Anyone can hear me in there? Can anyone hear me? Oh no. Did I just put me on stuff in my own bedroom?
and not trying to force us to say that I paid for and hope this whole thing up.
Great.
The rest of this jaw-dropping tape is coming up. And President Trump just arrived in New York City moments ago. Stay with us. We'll have more.
Ah! I fell.
You have access to the right information at the right time. When you filter out the noise, it's easy to turn your vision into action. It's your trade. E-Trade. Start trading today at etrade.com. Whether it's connecting one of the world's most innovative campuses, bringing Wi-Fi to 65,000 fans, businesses count on communication, and communication counts on CenturyLink. CenturyLink, we'll link to what's next. Count on an expert stylist to help you find a season's freshest
This is so.
get one free and keep your wardrobe on trend. Then take 30% off all shit.
I'm just drawing on a house.
Men's Warehouse.
Just because of this dumb furniture.
Severe Crohn's disease.
There
Was anything else to talk about? But then I realized there was.
is.
So I finally broke the silence
Okay,
with
I
my
need.
doctor about what I was experiencing. He said Humira is for people like
New
me who
things.
tried other medications but still experience
Voicer
symptoms of moderate
and
to severe Crohn's
voicer.
disease. In clinical studies, a majority of patients on Humira saw significant symptom relief, and many achieved remission. Humira can lower your ability to fight infections, including
If I go
tuberculosis.
on.
Serious, sometimes fatal infections and cancers, including lymphoma, have happened,
idea.
as have blood, liver, and nervous system problems. Serious
Well, this
allergic
one will have
reactions,
problems
and
even
heart failure.
more
Before treatment,
worse.
get tested for TB. Tell your
So
doctor if you've
just
been to areas where
this.
certain fungal infections are common. And if you've had TB, hepatitis B, are prone to infections, or have flu-like symptoms or sores, don't start Humira if you have an infection.
Seriously, I'm
If you're
just
still just managing
destroyed.
your symptoms, talk with your gastroenterologist about Humira. With Humira, remission is possible.
What are we all doing this weekend? I'll be summoning the apocalypse. Oh, and the Sins have soccer. Hello. The kids are going bananas. Satellite dish went out in the rain. How can they see
Well,
it doesn't always work in the rain? It's gonna rain eventually, right? I'm out there, rain or shine, harvesting souls. You come with me. You come with me. Should have touched me.
He's not waiting on the TV that cuts out in the
the
rain.
door.
Spectrum is reliable.
Where's the
Satellite
door?
TV, bad. Spectrum, good.
Fresh. Munchie's dough is made from scratch daily.
But have you tried the wing?
Flavorful. Munchie's uses only the finest ingredients and makes their sauce from scratch.
But have you tried our wing?
Fulfilling. Munchie's hand-tossed pizza, pasta, and sandwiches will leave you satisfied.
But have you tried the wing?
Right now, get a large cheese pizza, 10 wings, and a 2-liter soda for only $19.99. Munchie's in Sefner, family-owned and operated for over 25 years.
Well, President Trump has landed in JFK just moments ago. He walked down the steps of Air Force One, decked out in his fancy suit for the night, a big night black tie event for the president in New York City. He will be boarding Marine One and heading to the Intrepid, where he will meet with the Prime Minister of Australia. Big night in New York for the president. He just left Washington, D.C., where there was a big event in the Rose Gardens. We had a lot of activity today. There's a lot of breaking news today. But President Obama, who's always advocated for the Affordable Care Act, Obamacare, President Obama often said he was open to changing the law. But it's probably safe to say that the bill passed today is not what the president had in mind. With me, former White House Press Secretary Josh Ernst. Josh, we didn't have that soundbite of the president, what he said. But President Obama said something last fall to the effect that if he could find me something better, that he's for it.
That's right. Well,
Isn't
the
it
president said this in
cool?
his farewell address that he gave in Chicago, his last address to the country. He said that if there is proposals put forward by Republicans that would reduce costs and expand coverage, that he himself would support those changes. That's not at all what Republicans have acted on.
Why
In
is
fact,
it so complicated?
in the opposite
I
direction.
just got my own house now,
Republicans
just
put forward a
trying
bill
to
and
get
now
all
passed into the House of Representatives that would take away health care.
I should just didn't get my stuff from my home up.
At least afford to pay for it.
Yeah, I go through
Just
these bills
trying
as
to
much
help.
as I can, but I mean, probably
just
more than
saying,
a
like,
lot of people because I've got the time to do it. But it's, I don't know how to predict the success of a lot of these things, and I can't tell whose might be hurt, whose life might be improved. I mean, it's a lot of, you know, it's a lot of sort of, we all want sort of good luck with these bills.
No.
True. Though I think we can rely on the advice of the American Medical Association and the American Nurses Association, the AARP, a variety of other organizations that represent health experts have concluded that this would have a terrible impact on people with pre-existing conditions. It would actually put upward pressure on premiums paid by everybody, including people that don't actually get their health insurance through Obamacare.
What worried me the most is pre-existing condition. I think that's true of most Americans because so many people have them. And what I understand the bill, because I was quite harsh about it, the fact that there's a lot of these states got waivers so that what they could do is they could have disparate premium costs, so they could actually, if you're pre-existing, they could price you out of it so you couldn't buy it, which it was tantamount to having no pre-existing. But what I think is in the bill is that if you have lack of coverage, you might fall into that category. But if you fall into that category, you are eligible for some sort of relief from the government to pull that extra $8 billion or whatever. Am I wrong?
But lapsed coverage would also include if you decide to change jobs, or if you decide. But
you get compensated. I mean, is there a government? Does the government fill the gap for you on that or not?
Under Obamacare it does, and that was actually one of the organizing principles behind the Affordable Care Act, was to make health insurance more affordable.
This is a weird
insurance getting it through their employer. And President Obama believed that we needed a system that actually reflected the 21st century economy, where people could have an incentive and actually have the freedom that they need to go out and start a new company, to be an entrepreneur, to go ahead and take risks, and know that they would have an option supported by the government to be able to purchase health insurance on the private individual market. If you weren't getting health insurance before the Affordable Care Act, if you weren't getting health insurance through the employer, you were on your own, fending for yourself against these big insurance companies. That was the innovation of Obamacare, and that is why we have been able to succeed in driving down healthcare costs for people on the individual market, but also succeeding in making sure that millions more people can get access to healthcare coverage.
What do you think the Republicans do nothing to Obamacare? Nothing from this day going forward. It doesn't pass in the Senate, which is passed now. What happens to Obamacare?
Well, I think one of the challenges that we face right now is what we see from the White House is a concerted effort to continue to sabotage the effective implementation of Obamacare.
If it's Obamacare, what happens if nothing's done? No sabotage, no bills, no nothing.
Yeah, I think what you would see is Obamacare continue to provide the kind of protections that people rely on and really like. This is true of Democrats and Republicans. You would also see that healthcare costs would continue at a place where they are not rising nearly as quickly as they were before the Affordable Care Act went into effect.
What the Republicans say is that the premium went up to 100% in Arizona, that 96 out of 99